Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. Coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports brings us to Southern California and Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Kansas City Chiefs and our home team. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Chiefs now coming out for their opening drive. Leading this unit will be the big arm man out of Texas Tech. 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes
last
week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. This is the offense we're going to see coming up in this one, and Travis Kelce will be key.
What a tremendous weapon he is, especially in the red zone. Knows how to find the end zone when running his routes.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. First carry of the game here for Royce Freeman. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. So likely a 3 and out on their opening drive. That's not a good omen for a team that's lost 3 straight games.
Too many threes that you're mentioning right off of. And the big risk you're running right now is discouragement amongst the ranks. How do you keep them up? How do you keep them motivated? They got to dial up something to give themselves some confidence.
An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be led out by a man who was undrafted out of Buffalo, standing at 6'7". It's Tyree Jackson.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down LA.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Diaz. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Jackson now. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, a touchdown to go along with 124 yards. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Jackson from the shotgun, and that'll be incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Here's Jackson to throw. This is caught, and he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. And we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Freeman. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. From the 35 on second down, Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now this is fielded in the end zone. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over first and 10. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
Second and 10. At the 3-yard line.
Jackson now down around his goal line. Complete. Hunter Henry with the ground. And they'll get him down up past the 15. First down Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
Watch out for Hill on the return. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now it's Freeman. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Uchenna and Nwosu got the sack there. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection.
And he's going to go down again. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are the Chargers to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat of this ball game as well. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
A good pickup there, a 22. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, tried to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback if he was going to his left. A little bit tougher.
Exactly.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Jackson will throw again. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 12-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
And he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Hey, watch the slant.
To throw again is Jackson. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Tyrann Mathieu, normally known for the pass coverage, this time a sack.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Football's the mic.
On 2nd and goal, Jackson flush to his right, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Now Jackson, the Kansas City defense, tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. Jackson, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Ron Thornhill. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. On the draw, this will be Freeman. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. First catch there for Hill, and he's got a first down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Mahomes firing complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going. But we have to do the same thing with the offensive line.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
50's a mic. 50's a mic. Here we go.
Throwing is Jackson. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Gets it off to Freeman. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And the kick by Butker is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we've reached, due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
Harrison
So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. This is taken at his 4. And some room to maneuver. He's got daylight. Touchdown, LA. Call that a 96-yard house call on the kick return. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 52 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Open man is Higgins. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker. You've got to deliver the ball on time. You're big.
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Royce Freeman, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2.
I know we don't talk about it enough.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
But they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. This one taken from the 7. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On 3rd down, McKenzie, nifty footwork at the 45. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger 1st down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
It's a gain of 4.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Jackson escaping the pressure. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Your trip is here, baby. Your trip is here.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up, because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on 4th down, a change of possession anyway.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. The ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
His pass caught with the 4. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Now Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because
he's got a man complete. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now, 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on? And remember what I said, it's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad. For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
On first down, Barkley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now it's Jackson. And he's got it. And he's brought down. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Back to the ground, this time to Freeman. And Freeman lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Partner. That one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Throwing now is Mahomes. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. This pass complete to Higgins. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A big play there for KC. 44 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run here with Freeman. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Freeman. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. To throw, it's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelsey, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. So very late in the game here, but with that score, some light at the end of the tunnel.
There's still hope. Now they look at the score and say, hold on a second. This thing's not over yet. Let's keep battling.
So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've got an answer for it.
And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down L.A. Jackson on 1st down. Complete. Hunter Henry with the ground. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
He'll buy some time right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. But it'll be second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson. And he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown. Hunter Henry, his 4th touchdown on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. What a great weapon. So often, such a big mismatch.
And there's no route he can't run. You name it, he's going to do it, and he's a matchup nightmare for the defense. No matter who they put on him, he's going to win the battle.
It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Chiefs offense and Tyreek Hill heading back out onto the field. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. On first down, Mahomes. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a hunt.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132.5. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Mahomes' throw complete to his tight end, Kelsey. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 23. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Mahomes now to throw. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Remember, as they try to run the ball down here, Charles, this is the number 2 rush defense in the league.
So do you accept the challenge up front? Do you get your offensive line together, get your tight end in the ball game and say, I don't care that they're number 2. Let's go ahead and show them that we can run the ball anyway? Or do you do the best thing and throw the darn thing and try and get in the end zone?
Maybe that's wiser. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Mahomes going to throw. That's complete, right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball.
Complete to Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Kansas City. Harrison Butker on for the point after.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down.
And nothing but daylight ahead. 20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Saquon Barkley. 75 yards. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. And picked up by the Chargers. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
It's a short kick. Now a hit and a loose football. And picked up by the Chargers. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Jackson now to the goal line, but it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Here's Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on fourth and goal.
I got 15. I got 15. 44 is the mic.
Now Jackson throwing on fourth down. And it is incomplete. They're turned away on fourth and goal. And the ball is going to be going back to the Chiefs. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes, he's got Higgins over the middle. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Mahomes throwing on 4th. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And he's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Bucky Hodges, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will bump the lead up to 26. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, "Hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning."
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the home team here, they remain as hot as anyone at 6-0 now through the first month and a half. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.